Alright y'all, Chaos Zero system finally unlocked. I just finished my first run. And yeah, I can definitely say that this is going to be the actual like end game chaos mode that we're going to be farming our highest, our best save data that we can possibly get in the Zero system, as the regular difficulties of the regular chaos runs, they end at difficulty 6, whereas in the Zero system, see, I've only gotten to difficulty 5, but these will actually have varying danger levels, and it goes up to 10, which is going to be 4 entire difficulties above what we can already access in the regular modes. So you can see I have 3 different slots that I can choose to do these codexes. They're going to have a rolled planet, they're going to have varying difficulty and level, and they're going to have some different modifiers, primarily negative for this season. Maybe in different seasons the benefit will change, but the benefit that we have currently is the rare fate occurrence, which will be boosted by 5%. And you can see here I'm getting this Chaos Orb increase modifier by 90%. So let's look into Chaos Orbs really quick. These are going to be utilized in a couple of features. One is upgrading. So we're going to have this first set of upgrades here. We've got these 4 upgrades, and then we will unlock the next set of upgrades here. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think that was 7 extra sets of upgrades that we will be able to earn throughout the season to go ahead and make these Chaos Zero runs a little easier, so it's a little easier for us to make the best possible save data. You can see here just on the first one, I'm going to get boosted flat attack, boosted defense, boosted health, and then an increased chance of getting rare species elite battles when it comes into the Chaos Zero mode. This is basically the only thing outside of those difficulty modifiers that is going to be added into the Zero mode currently. And all that this is it gives a modifier to elite fights that you'll see on the map. That will make them a little bit harder, but then you'll get a little bit of those additional Chaos Orbs there. The second spot that Chaos Orbs are, well, not really used, but just accumulated Chaos Orbs over time. So you don't spend them here. This is just an achievement track for accumulated Chaos Orbs, and you're going to get a bunch of crystals, some animated card summons, and then other upgrade materials here. And I did just zoom past that one right there, but it looks like we get that potential material here. And we also got one of those gear crafting items. I definitely saw it. There it is. Yeah, the gear crafting item right there. And then in the last spot, I can either roll, I believe this one that I have currently, so I can try and re-roll to a different one, or I can go ahead and create a new one here. Or I believe it's creating a new one in these empty slots, but here, as I unlock higher difficulty levels, I believe I'll either get to pick the difficulty level or it'll roll randomly. Luckily, there's a percentage symbol that you can click at any time to go ahead and look at probabilities of everything for a lot of these different things. But before we look at the probability, we can see here these modifiers get pretty difficult. Monsters gain 2 fortitude every 3 turns. So by around turn 6, enemies will be taking, or I'll be doing, what is it, like 40% damage? 40% less damage? Maybe that's 80% damage off of any of my hits. So if I have a basic card that does like 100%, I'm going to be doing 20% per attack. Or I guess I should give the other example because this is an additive. Fortitude is additive specifically, at least. So if I were to do 200% with a attack card, I would then only do 120%. So I think by turn 6 and beyond, this will make most fights damn near impossible. It'll definitely make them a lot longer. Each time a monster dies, gain 2 Fury, so I believe that's an attack buff, and then I get less credits out of battle. So you can see that this can get pretty tough, but the benefit here is that save data value high, and from what I saw in at least difficulty 5 so far, if we were to run deep trauma, save data value only shows normal, so we're going to be able to farm much better save data here in the Chaos Zero mode. And because these can roll levels, usually in sets of 10, so this can go from like 40 to 50, I believe. You can see here, to reach difficulty 6, I have to start clearing a code, or I have to clear a codex at level 51 or higher. So you can see here that save data value shows high. And when I turn on deep trauma, which I don't know what the condition is here. One of the ones the first one I did didn't let me turn on deep trauma, but this one I can, and now it's on very high. So who knows if it gets even higher beyond this, but we should get some pretty unchanged save data, which is really great there. And you can see we will get these Chaos Orbs. I don't remember if I mentioned or not, but you don't need the loot tickets that you get hopefully every week to get the Chaos Orbs. You'll get this from just running through the run itself, but we can also get I think this is starting at difficulty 5 in general. You start getting some random pieces of gear off of burning your tickets, but honestly, I still don't think it's that crazy. You're definitely going to want to get the bulk of your gear out of those gear farm stages, but it's just a nice little addition there. And then last, looking over the merge, we'll go ahead and click on the probabilities here. I actually already had them. There's only one spot that don't know what that's going to entail just yet. Looking over here, it'll show probabilities of everything, so you can see from here, starting off at Codex difficulty 5, we can go up to difficulty 10. You have the different rarities of the cards themselves, so you have from green to what I had earlier, which was the legendary, which I picked at the end of my run. I'll throw up some gameplay here where at the end of the run I was able to pick one of 3, and I picked the hardest one that I probably won't be able to clear, but yeah, you'll get a higher Chaos Orb acquisition rate there. And then here, once we hit those higher difficulties, you can see that the fate chance actually boosts a lot, or at least the potential to get a that one benefit will boost by a lot. So you can still roll like a difficulty 10 that only gives a 5% boost here, but you can also roll it all the way up to 50%. So the benefit can be a lot better at higher difficulty as well. Then the only part that I'm not too certain on here is it says when merging a codex, identical penalties or penalties of the same type will not appear. So like in my example here, I believe when it's talking about penalties, if I were to hit the little refresh button here and do a merge, then I would not get Hardened 2, Revenge 2, Lost 3, so that way I can try and maybe roll something else that is maybe just a little more manageable or less punishing. But then it says here, if Tyrant 1 appears, Tyrant 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot appear. And you see here we have these different things. I don't know if this is just a weird name they give or if this is some other... Oh, actually these are... I believe that these are the modifiers that you get out of them. So it's showing that they have different levels to them, so they can get harder or easier. And it shows that each one actually has a boost to your Chaos Orb acquisition. So like here, Hardened 2 is giving me 40% of that Chaos Orb acquisition rate. And if we go back here, so that Hardened 2 that I was just showing earlier is 40% of this 50% bonus Chaos Orb rate. So yeah, cool stuff there. I think overall, the runs themselves haven't really changed much. Again, you just can get to those rare fights where you get like a slight modifier in an elite fight, which can be kind of interesting. The one I ran into, it was like he would poison some card, so I played the card, it would do some damage back to me. So that was like a little neat gimmick to deal with there. But otherwise, yeah, these look like they're going to be really hard, but it is also cool to get an actual other thing, not only the achievements that we can already get from running chaos runs, like let me grab that poll right there, but it is cool to then see the variety we're going to have with these different modifiers, these different boosts, as well as have something else to kind of push forward and look forward to with the Chaos Orb acquisition, not only in the benefits and rewards we get out of here, but also just kind of cool to see in the upgrade feature, just to see how exciting this will potentially get, but also that it can make our lives a lot easier and we can farm better and better save data. So I believe that's about it for the Chaos Zero system. I'm looking forward to doing more runs in there, and I'm probably going to get slapped pretty hard by this run pretty soon. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.